Top 10 Symptoms of Stroke. Hello everybody, welcome back to A to Z Bodyform, and in this video we are going to discuss the top 10 symptoms of a stroke and how to react on that point when you see someone is having one. So, this video can be life-saving for yourself or loved family member. Number 10. Sudden weakness. Weakness is the most common signal of mental dysfunction. It can be in any disease related to brain, but strokes are all about emergencies. A sudden, unexplained weakness that you experience without any reason can be a sign of an upcoming stroke. This can be in the form of fatigue, muscular constriction, drooping face, or loss of power miserably. A person going through such a condition may not be able to pick up even a glass, because the muscles stop responding to the irregular and misguided nerve impulses by the brain. Imagine you're standing at a bus stop and immediately you start dozing out of nowhere and you feel extremely tired. This condition is most probably due to the blockage of oxygenated blood towards the brain and needs to be checked. Quickly check yourself and see if you have other symptoms. If you have, then call for help. Even if you find yourself out of other signs, it's better to have a checkup. If the condition lasts more than 15 to 20 seconds, it's a suspected stroke. Dial emergency numbers in your area or ask someone to do it for you. Number 9. Trouble speaking. The disruption in the blood supply to the frontal lobe of the cerebral cortex affects the speaking function of a person. A part of the brain called Broca's area is located in the frontal cerebral cortex and controls the speaking abilities. A person facing the pre-stroke symptoms may experience the inability to speak correctly. He or she might use slurred words or start stammering all of a sudden. Such a person would repeat sentences unconsciously or will take unnatural long pauses. Most of the times this condition is followed by a few other symptoms. Number 8. Vision changes. Sudden vision changes are the silent indicators of brain malfunctioning. A person may experience blurred vision or an instant eyesight loss. It can be in one eye or in both. In some cases out of both, one eye totally goes blind all of a sudden. If you're observing someone else, you might see the person rubbing or squinting their eyes forcefully. To check your doubt, try to read a little paragraph from different angles and distances. Observe the eyesight changes and see if you need help. Number 7. Dizziness. When the vestibular systems of the brain are disturbed, dizziness is experienced. Now, to understand the type of dizziness, it's important to identify the pre-stroke dizziness out of others. Pre-stroke dizziness arises suddenly. Imagine sitting in your office doing some work normally, and all of a sudden you feel like everything is spinning. Out of nowhere, you start to see hallucinations and feel extreme lightheadedness. That's when you need help. Firstly, sit down, close your eyes and call for help. You may drink some water to help yourself, but the medical procedure is the only help you can get. That's why early diagnosis is really important. Number 6. Loss of balance. Loss of balance is also a warning sign of a brain stroke. A sudden shortage of blood to the brain cells disables the body balance functions handled by the cerebellum. A person experiencing such a condition is unable to walk, stand, or even sit in a straight posture. The visions get blurred and you might see him wobbling here and there in search of stationary support to stand upright. This is a critical time to get help from professionals. Quickly bring the patient to the ground and call for help. Number 5. Loss of limb coordination. Loss of coordination is also similar to the loss of balance because both of them happen when the blood supply to the cerebellum is blocked or reduced. Loss of limb coordination can be detected with a few symmetry checks. A person feeling the loss of coordination should raise both arms vertically and should check if both of them are raising equally. If one is lower and the other is higher unintentionally, then you have lost limb coordination. Stand in front of the mirror and smile. Check if the right side of your upper and lower lip is similar to the smile with the left one. If both sides are different, check for other symptoms and call for help. Similarly, walk for a few steps and see if you're experiencing equal load in both of your legs and feet. If one out of both feels lighter than usual, it's a suspect. Number 4. Severe headache. Severe stabbing headaches are one of the pre-stroke symptoms that should be taken seriously. In this condition, an individual may feel a sudden throbbing pain in the head, temples, scalp, or neck. It is often followed by unconsciousness or some other symptoms. Not every headache is suspicious, but the one that starts suddenly arises extremely within a few seconds. This may start if you stand up quickly after sitting for a long time. The sudden gravitational pull doesn't let the heart pump enough blood towards the brain, and a stroke appears. That's why doctors always advise the working people who sit in their chairs most part of the day to take care of this issue. Don't stand up quickly after laying or sitting down for a very long time. The exact reason for this headache is not known, but experts say that brain cells react to the sudden blockage of blood supply and pain sensation is induced immediately. Number 3. Short-term memory loss. Short-term memory is stored in the frontal lobe of the cerebral cortex, and after that, it is transferred to the hippocampus for long-term storage. In transient ischemic attack TIA, the blood supply cuts to the frontal lobe of the brain and results in short-term memory loss. This is a clear sign prior to the brain attack. But how will we know that it's happening? If a person experiences such a condition like a sudden blackout, a quick memory blank that lasts more than 30 seconds, or an unusual feeling in the brain, quickly remind the nearest incident. For example, you might ask yourself or a person you're observing, "What did you eat for the breakfast today?" Or something like that, which you think has happened recently. If the suspect is unable to answer or shakes his head in a no or looks unconscious, call for help. Number 2. Confusion. Unexplained confusions are not normal. When the blood supply to the brain is not adequate or is blocked, the brain misunderstands the information provided by visuals or other senses. Thus, a person might undergo mysterious confusion before a stroke. This includes the inability to think and memorize clearly. The patient might not be able to identify what's going on in his surroundings. In such conditions, the hippocampus of the brain is cut with the blood supply and its functions are lost partially. A person may find it hard to focus and difficult to make a decision, and may look puzzled. Similar to the confusion, there is another state in which understanding of languages, patterns, and numbers is lost. This happens when a portion of the brain called Wernicke's area located at the due to the shortage of blood or a shock or trauma that hits hard. In such cases, for the early recognition of the problem, people around the victim should ask him or her to read out a piece of text louder. Or they may ask him to recall the landline number of his house, or something else which is quite obvious to remember. If he's not able to answer that and looks puzzled or unsteady, or you find him wrinkling his eyebrows, immediately call the emergency. Here's the number 1 and very important symptom: numbness. Numbness is the biggest factor that authenticates the coming of a stroke. Before a stroke, an individual can feel sudden numbness out of nowhere in the hands, feet, arms, legs, or face. Besides these organs, they can be anywhere in your body. Numbness can also feel like that something is tingling in that certain area. It is more fatal if the no-feeling situation is in one side of the body while the other half or side of the body is fully active and normal. This directly hints at the partial malfunctioning of the brain. If you're noticing someone touching, massaging, or shaking a certain part of the body, ask them if they need help. Counsel them, and if needed, handle the situation by doing some checks. Check if it arises unnaturally without a cause. If yes, then cross-match some of the other symptoms. If all matches are positive, call the emergency number of your area. What is the Help Emergency Helpline in your city? Let us know in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, then do share this in your circle and save lives. Watch it again to completely understand the silent signs of the stroke and help your loved ones in case of emergency. If you've got any suggestions for us, then we will love to hear that as well. Also, like the video and subscribe to our channel. With that said, stay safe and we'll catch you in the next video.